What's going on, y'all? Hey, welcome to another First Class Investments LLC, where we're breaking down just a simple presentation to help y'all see and visualize it. Because that's my goal, is to help people have a new vision. Because the vision that they sold us just not working out. So we're here to create a new vision. So today we're going to talk about how to turn your last name into an asset, right? And mostly of how you do that is you have a lot of ownership. So I'm going to show you some ways you can get some ownership and learn to own your 24 hours. That's the main thing. That's how you really turn your last name to an asset, is when you own your 24 hours. Okay. So here we go. Let's jump into this. First thing that we got is the table of contents. So what we're going to go over in this short amount of time, we'll talk about organizing money, automate your money, day trading, prop firm capital, stock asset, which is keeping your money employed, and then real estate for cash flow. Okay. So it's real simple, nothing too deep here, but we're just going to go over and break down the basics. Let's start off with organizing your money. Like I said, this is so simple. You see, it's just two things. We want to organize our expenses. That means items that don't add cash flow back to your account. So that's like any of your personal expenses. That's you eating out. That's you paying your utilities. That's anything like that. And then I want you to, on the other side, to label out your liabilities. Those are items that have a payoff date. And why are we separating these two like this? Is because the way you become debt free is by having all of your liabilities paid for. So most of the time we have more liabilities than assets. So we want to change that. All right. What is a liability? That is something that's not adding cash flow to your pocket, but have a payoff date. So for instance, if you're not Ubering or Turo out your car, it's a liability because it's not bringing you no money. So say your car is worth $20,000. You pay a monthly payment of $200 a month. You have a deadline of when that car is paid off. As soon as that car is paid off, now that's no longer a liability, because technically it will be, because it's going to add expenses such as oil changes, tire rotation, tires, anything like that. So it's still a liability, but it's not like a hard impacting liability, right? Same thing goes with your house. Your mortgage, that's a liability, right? Because it's not adding no income to your account. And then, which is interesting, your expenses, you will put that as rent, right? Rent would be an expense. It wouldn't be a liability because it doesn't have a payoff date. It's basically something you do on a continuous basis, and it's nothing you can own later on, basically, right? So organize the money so that way we can have that. And then we're going to figure out what the cash flow is. That is your income minus your expenses and your liability. We'll find out what our cash flow is. Hopefully, we're sticking that cash flow into an asset so that way we're able to grow. The next thing that I love, 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 this really helped me, is to automate your money, right? When you automate your money, you're creating a system so that way it doesn't require you to be there. So the main thing as us as humans is sometimes we go back to our old habits. But when you're able to have something that automate, then you're able to let it keep going. You don't have to think about that. So what's the best way to automate it? I always tell people, hey, get at least 3 bank accounts, 2 major accounts, 1 credit union. What is this going to do? It's going to establish relationships with these banks. Later on, credit unions are really good if you want any kind of personal loan, car loan, or credit card or credit limit. And we'll learn more about credit limit in my course that I'll talk about later, because then you're able to leverage velocity banking, which will help pay off your debt way, way faster than a debt snowball technique. That's some more information in the course, but right now I just want you to get 3 bank accounts. Go out there and sign up for 3 different bank accounts. I want to have your goals for each account, right? Now, this is just an example. You don't have to have these, but this is just an example so you can see what we're doing. 1 account is going to be for expenses. 1 account will be for your liabilities, and then 1 account is for your investing savings. You can make 1 account for all your personal travel experiences, whatever. 1 account just for your household account, whatever the case may be. But when you're automating this, you'll set up your bills to come out of these certain accounts, so that way you'll know, as long as I got this much money in this account, I know that it's going to cover this item right here. So that is the point of the money goals, is to have that all set up. Then we want to break it up into percentages. So every income that you get, you want it to break up percentages. And like I said, this is just an example. Once you organize your money, you'll know how much of each, you'll know the percentage of out of the amount that you need to go to each account. So every dollar needs to be broken up into these different things. So you want to break up things into percentages, right? And the percentages is just a way for you to make sure your money is going to each place. So if you're working a 9 to 5, this is so simple. What you want to go do is just tell your 9 to 5, hey, I want my check to go to these 3 different bank accounts, but at these percentages. And then that's it. You just, once you organize yourself, and then once you set up your 3 bank accounts and you have your money goes and you break them up into percentages, now it's automated. You don't have to worry about it. Now, that 50% could be for all your expenses, 30% for your liabilities. You're just basically, the best thing to do with your liabilities is a debt snowball. If you don't have no plan at all, the best plan is debt snowball for just paying off your debt. What is that? That's basically, say that you got 5 different liabilities, right? And each of them costs $100. As soon as one of them is done paying off, the lowest amount one would be paid off first. Then you'll just simply roll that payment into the other 4 payments. And you just keep doing that until all your debts are paid off. That's what we call debt snowball. Now we could teach you a little something about velocity banking, which will knock out debt in chunks. It's really fast, but you just keep that same formula going and then you're done, right? 20% goes to the investing, and you can do whatever you need to do with that. All right. So that is automating your money, which I feel like is the easiest and simplest thing to do after organizing your money. All right. Now we want to talk about day trading. And the reason I want to talk about day trading is because you're making money from money and you can work from anywhere, right? You're making money from money and you can work from anywhere. So all you basically do is follow a set of rules. You trust those rules. And you just let money be made for you. That is it. And it's super lucrative. When you got the proper training, you can make money very, very quickly. I mean, I've seen people make what most people make in a year in a day. So it's possible, right? This is a way you can literally leverage yourself to make more money. Big banks are basically in the trading market, day trading market all the time. So if the banks are doing it, then that is a way for you to turn your last name to an asset right here. All right. Now, something we like to use is called prop firms, which is proprietary trading firms, where they're able to lend you capital and you're able to trade that capital for them. And then y'all split the profits, right? This is very, very lucrative because you don't have to put up much money. You're allowing other people to put up the money for you. And when you're able to do that, it allows you to be more flexible and it allows you to make money quickly. Like your percentages are able to be made a lot faster. Here's 3 of them that I use personally and that I highly recommend. FTMO, my Forex funds, top tier trader. Really easy. And I believe prop firms can really help you expedite the money to get to where you need to go. Okay. Now, the money being employed, the stock market, right? So by loaning your money to other companies, you're allowing your money to work for you. It's better than a traditional savings account. So basically, whenever you have money sitting around, it's technically your money is always working for you if you have it in some kind of account. Now, if you got your money at the house underneath your mattress or in a piggy bank, that money is basically unemployed. It is just sitting there. And most of the time, when something's unemployed, when people are unemployed, they get lazy. They just don't have a lot going for themselves. So just think about your money just sitting there on the couch or in that piggy bank, and it's not doing anything. It's not learning. It's not growing. It's just sitting there all day. When you got your money in the savings account, it's just basically doing minimal work, just simple, barely minimal, right? Not doing much at all. It's not really earning you nothing. It's a lot. You still have to go and work and work and work to provide for that money, even though that money is basically losing value. Then there's bonds. Bonds is basically you giving a loan to the government, right? Bonds is basically you giving a loan to the government. And let's backtrack. Savings is basically you giving a loan to the bank, and then the bank gives you a small percentage back of what they made. Honestly, that's how the savings accounts work. With the bonds, you're giving a loan to the government, and then the government is giving you a small percentage of what they get back, but it's basically those two are guaranteed, right? An index fund is basically the stock market of all these different companies into one, and it's allowing you to make money from all of them profiting, right? And it's a bigger return than the bonds and the savings, pretty much. Next up is ETFs, where it's breaking down each sector. So there's sectors in the stock market, or sectors for company, or industries, right? There's the healthcare, there's the manufacturing, there's the real estate. All those different things are broken up into categories. So you have ETFs where you can earn a lot more money. And then there's individual stocks, like individual companies, and you own a share of that company. So say if you are shopping on Amazon, you can own a part of Amazon by getting a part of their share. Same thing with your cell phones. If you have an Apple phone, you can own a portion of Apple. If you have an Android phone, you can own a portion of Microsoft. That is just a way for you to help make money, keep your money working for you. And you can see, as you have your money in these different areas, it's like your money has different jobs. It's growing up the corporate ladder, basically. So you want to keep your money working, and you keep it working by keeping it in some form of something that's allowing it to make money, right? If your money is by you, it's not making no money. But when your money is away from you and it's still yours, it's making you money, okay? So the richest people in the world own stocks, right? Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they own stocks. So that just basically show you something. Like I said, we're going to change our last names to assets. This is how you do it, is by following those that's already doing it. So I already told you the banks are in the trading market. I already told you that most of the richest people in the world own stocks. Now we want to talk about some cash flow. Cash flow is into real estate. There's one thing that I mostly tell myself and others all the time is people are going to always need a place to stay. So cash flow from real estate is super important. Now, since you're investing all your money's working for you, it's like getting all this stuff done for you. Basically, all you're going to do is borrow that money from your stock asset, all your just anything, just borrow the money from your stock asset, put it into a rental property or put it into fix and flips. Now you got this cash flow that's always coming in, and you still got your money working for you in the stock market, and then you're still earning money in the day trading. You see, we're showing you how to make use a dollar more than one way. All right, we're leveraging it. All right, and this is just a simple turning your last name to asset gameplay right here. We're trying to make it as simple as possible. So First Class Investment LLC, this is what we really share and teach, right? So the Invest in Yourself University is all of my knowledge in one place. So if I ever go to any kind of trainings, if I ever learn anything as far as like YouTube channels or people talking to me, I put it all right there into that university, into one place where anybody that have that, they gain access to me. And by you having access to that, it accelerates your learning. The Money is Math community, that is basically partnerships with other companies to have that resources. All right. So Money is Math is basically like a community of just making sure your money is always working for you through these companies, through these partnerships, right? So, like I said earlier, we talk about organize and automate. Part of the university, that's what I mainly teach. Like I said, the velocity banking, becoming your own bank. We didn't even talk about that tonight, but basically becoming your own bank, look that up on YouTube, websites, whatever. That's basically using your cash value whole life insurance to leverage that, and you borrow from that and you pay for the other things, just like with the stock assets. But this right here, tax free, you don't have to worry about it. It's amazing. All right, we talked about trading. I actually have a course that with my Money is Math family, we get a partnership with this company. And then in that partnership, I give you additional tips. There's one-on-one training. You get these indicators, you get EAs. It just helps the learning process be curved tremendously. So that way you're able to jump right in, start making money with those prop firms, and then leverage that money to build stock tips. All right. And here in the stock tips, we build company knowledge. You learn how to borrow from the stocks. Somebody that I highly recommend is the Wall Street Trapper. If you just want to learn of how the stocks work in general, get on his Trapping Tuesdays. It's amazing. Just that right there is available for you. All right. Overall, I just want to thank you. We look forward to working with you because we know that this information we just dropped with you is very valuable. But if we don't work with you, now you have the information. Go make it work for yourself, if anything. All right. So firstclassinvestment.net, that's our homepage. Moneyismath.net, that's where we're breaking down the financial plays. But if you want to get an Invest in Yourself University, definitely go to investinyourself.com, where I will put you on game with everything that you need. Hope you join the Money is Math community. Get into a partnership with us and one of those companies, and we can make it work, and we'll just expand and grow, and we'll keep changing our last names to assets, y'all. That's what it's all about. All right. Change that last name to asset. Make it work for you. And I look forward to helping you out along the way. All right. This is Joe, First Class Investment LLC. We'll check you soon. Peace.